Hello, I hope you're all well. So, thank you for joining me. And today I'm going to do the Mars transit into Sidereal Scorpio. So, it's a very interesting time coming up. I'm just going to quickly share the chart for this. Okay. Right. So, as you can see, on what would be like, obviously, I'm talking London time, Mars moves into Scorpio. So, Scorpio Mars is very, very different to Aries Mars because it's much more secretive. You know, the if an Aries Mars was to have an issue with you, they just come and they just tell you. They can't help but be in that way. But Scorpio is much more secretive, so they're more likely to be like. I remember a teacher saying that to me. It's just like. Aries Mars will just punch you in the face. I'm not saying that Mars is always violent, but just generally saying they're just honest and just do act on the spot. And whereas Scorpio Mars is very much like stab you in the back kind of thing. So, but what I find is like any time in the horizons, if Mars is strong, it's a really, really good time to actually make the most of that and actually really, because I obviously I look at the nodes, I look at Saturn, I look at Jupiter for the major transitions, major things going on in people's lives. But really, after that, it's really Sun and Moon and Mars that are really, really essential. But for me, I just feel as though wherever Mars is, that's where our attention needs to be. So this is also going to be a transit that goes on till roughly about like the 7th of December. So it's a long time there. It's there with Mercury for quite a long time. So with Mercury till about the 10th of November. So there's a long stint together, and the two planets are not friendly towards each other. And then what happens is like Sun goes into Scorpio, which is a good placement, and Sun and Mars are friendly towards each other. And then Moon goes in and creates the new moon in Scorpio on the 20th of November. And then Mercury retrogrades into Libra on the 24th of November. And on the 26th of November, Venus then enters the sign of Scorpio. So there's loads of things. So we actually, obviously, for all of us, Mars rules from ascendant, and from the moon. Mars rules two houses, and also it also aspects three places. So it aspects from there will be aspecting what would be Aquarius and Taurus, and also it will be Gemini too. And I think it's a just under talking about this transit in terms of what would be like a mundane one. I think it's really telling at the moment that Jupiter will be retrograding back into on the 4th of December, goes back into Gemini. So Gemini is obviously rules the media, MSM, mainstream, newspapers, television programs, and social media. And so it looks as though like Jupiter is doing some cleansing. There's more cleansing to do, so it's going to go back and cleanse that area, which needs to be done because obviously they are creating what's happening. We get our information from that area, and Jupiter is obviously cleansing and bringing about, because Jupiter is all about the truth. So, and it's also will be again from 4th of December will be looking by aspect at Sagittarius again, which is Saturn is doing the same and Ketu is doing the same. So there's lots of polishing up going on in terms of the media, lots of things going on, which is like Gemini, and also lots of things about Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the courts and the judges, etc., etc., and also belief systems too. So lots of things going on regarding that in the skies. And and because Jupiter retrogrades back, so it's a very important time to really take note of that. And then Mercury, which is the planet of information, will be going back retrograding into Libra. So Libra is all the kind of all sorts of things to do with like business, finance, merchants. All of those are ruled by Libra. And so, yeah, so it'd be quite interesting to see what is going on regarding that. And also because during this time, you know, like our personal planets are very much, heading towards Mercury, Sun, and Venus are heading towards Scorpio. So we're going to feel them not just on a scale to do with the world, but also very, very personal to us, because sign of Scorpio is the same as Aquarius. These two signs are very karmic. And so this is like, by really doing the work during this period of time where Mars is there, we can just really release a lot of trauma, a lot of scarring and wounds that we've karmically through ancestors we've had. And I'm sure most of you are aware, you know, because people who follow astrology, they are very much spiritual. So, you know, the people who are awakened souls, who are spiritual and have an awareness, they know that this is the last cycle before we go into our beautiful Satya Yuga, which is all about the veil coming off and basically the matrix. People are going to know that actually a lot of things that we thought they were real, they were not real. The people that we thought they were really great, they were not great. So people are really questioning. It's a really questioning time. And there is Satya is all about truth. And it's like an awareness, knowing, intuition, using your gut feeling for everything, sitting with information, not being reactive, and really being discernment is a massive part of this, authenticity. And by the time, you know, we are literally halfway through next year, most people's views of the world are going to be hugely different to what they are today. I can say, you know, like every decade we all change. So we are going to literally demand what we want as society. This is a really important time, and Jupiter being in Cancer, which is all about the homelands, communities, those sort of things that are really dear to us, is that it's not a surprise that it's in Cancer, going back to Gemini, and then coming back into Cancer again, because we're just going to whatever we didn't unveil during the first transit, with the retrograde it will actually happen. So this is ideal time to really make the point of knowing that you are literally healing your lineage during this time. So very good time to get rid of trauma, whatever, you know, like if you feel as though you've been stuck in difficult relationships and you want to really understand what's going on, or you'd like to be in a relationship, you know, you really look at how you are, what relationship you have with yourself, because we always attract, it's a mirror, we attract things within us which need healing. So it's not a surprise that you meet somebody, and what you do, you project all your beauty and gorgeous positive energy onto them, and then you think after the date, oh my goodness, this person is so perfect for me, only to then realize that they probably have a lot of work to do on themselves. And so we're doing the work on ourselves, which is really energetically, Mars is really creating that space for us. Mercury is also, what is doing is getting that energy from Mars to we articulate things that are really, we are stuck, those cords, threads, or hooks that we have within us from previous relationship or inner child issues that we've had. This is a really good time to let go and just free yourself, so you can really be lighter energy and therefore attract lighter energy. Gosh, I hope that all makes sense, and I didn't. Anyway, I will put the timestamps off if people just want to go to their ascendants, and have a look at the moon as well and see how the transit feels, because that's even more important, really. So let's have a look at what's happening with Mars in Scorpio. So we know that Scorpio is all about emotional healing, holding on to things that are negative, and being secretive, things that we, wherever it is in our chart. Well, for example, let's have a look at Taurus ascendant. Taurus ascendant, their 7th house is Scorpio, so there's always something that they can't really put their finger on about their partner. So it could be that they met and they were like secretly having an affair whilst maybe one of them was married, or maybe they were at work so they had to keep it quiet, or something like that about their partner. Or they could have, like, I know of clients that have had had really good marriage, but only just to find out like 18 years later that their husband was a secret alcoholic. And so it could be all kinds of things like that being buried there. So it is also obviously for Taurus as well. So Mars also is their 12th, rules the 12th house as well. So there are things that are hidden, secret regarding relationships, partners, etc. So they have to really work on their inner self in order to be able to be authentic and really present themselves as who they really are in the world, in order to be able to actually attract an authentic person that they can have a really true, meaningful relationship with. So anyway, and all of that means also with Mars being there, it's like you will be able to really use that energy positively in order to be able to also ask for what your needs are, rather than being like passive aggressive with them and just like, like I didn't like you when you did that, but I did, or if you like your partner does something, you just let them know, I really like it when you do that. So you're really clear. You don't have to explain anything. It's just a really nice thing if your partner knows, okay, she likes it when I leave her a note or communicates with me well, etc. So you really, like sowing the seeds, is putting in, like, if you like, template of what you think is very much acceptable to you in a relationship. And the other thing is also different parts of this sign feel a little bit different as well. So whereas like the latter part of it of last few, like 13 degrees 20 of Scorpio, is a little bit different. It's much more you got to work a little bit harder, when Mars gets to that point. And also look in your chart and see what planets you have in that sign in Scorpio, and see how they're going to be impacted too. And so, as I said, look at it also from 4 houses. Look at the impact that it's going to be protective of Aquarius. It's going to be very much passionate about 7 houses from there. So Taurus will be very much a sign that is Mars would like to really kind of put energy into. And also 8th house is going to be like, maybe something in that house needs to be destroyed. So for example, for like say Taurus ascendant, 2nd house is like what we eat, or what we our speech, how we speak. So it could be that you are just like want to really have clarity when you speak, have be very clear and concise about the information that you want to pass on. Or it might be that you want to really, for example, if you're drinking or using substances, you want to knock that on the head and get rid of it. So this is the energy that Mars is going to allow you to have during this time, to be able to realize your dreams. The best thing about this is as well, although at the beginning of this, obviously Sun is till the 16th of November, it is actually debilitated in Libra, and Venus is debilitated in Virgo. But Jupiter is exalted, Mars is in a really, really good place as well. So they are really the planets that are holding everything up. at the beginning of this transit. So yeah, so Jupiter is blessing that sign of Scorpio as well, so helping you with what would be your goal to achieve. So not all shabby, as they say. Okay, so let's have a look at the ascendants, or the moon, where your moon is residing. In the light that this is actually in Capricorn ascendant, so let's do from Capricorn. For you guys, this is what would be your 4th and 11th house ruler in the 11th house. So it's very much to do with things to do with the home. So repairing your car, repairing your home, decorating, updating, like what they call them, upcycling. Excuse me a second. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, but it didn't actually happen. No, it did happen. Excuse me. So yeah, so for you guys, it's gaining a home, or also, as I said, renovating, or taking on a plot of land and really working, because fourth house is also land. So yeah, that could be very much what the theme is for you. And also because from there is aspecting, Mars is aspecting your second house. So this is 11th house rule, a very strong aspect in your 11th house, which could be that you could gain more funds, more money, savings, etc., from your land, your property, etc., or something that you're doing with your family or elder siblings. So you could definitely becomes easier for you during this period to actually save some money. It is also aspecting what would be your your 5th and 6th house as well. So 5th house for you is obviously children, academia, and assets and things like that. So for this, for 11th house ruler to be aspecting that, that's great. Remember that also that Mercury is your 6th house ruler. So although it doesn't actually upset the done yoga that you're having with 11th house ruler aspect in the second house, but what it's doing is actually making you really kind of do, Mercury is making you really be finicky about all your figure work. So if you're doing some spending or buying something, it's really making you sit down, and also because when it retrogrades as well, you'll be really looking, munching on those figures to just make sure, have I got enough funds to deal with this, or do I need to go into my savings? So although it's creating good things, but it's also, really you got to just really be aware of that as well. And also because basically what's happening here is Jupiter is your 3rd house ruler aspecting the 4th house lord as well. So it could definitely be something to do with moving as well. So you'll get that, and that could actually manifest more when Jupiter comes back into after the retrograde period comes back into, which will be early next year, around about February, when he comes back into Cancer again. So there's definitely, if you start putting the energy out for it now, you'll be able to manifest there and actually be in a better situation there, because Mercury will not actually be in the sign at that point. So anyway, let's move on to the next ascendant. So let's see. Okay, for Aquarius ascendant, this is occurring in your 10th house. So Mars in the 10th house, really, really strong. This is your 5th and 10th house ruler in the 10th house, very strong. Mars obviously has got not only own sign, but it also has got directional strength, very, very strong. So, but also because you've got 5th and 8th house rulers, there could be changes in your work situation. You could be on a secondment, you could work behind the scenes doing some research, etc. But really you're going to earn good money. You're also going to, it creates a Raja Yoga, very nice one, of which is all to do with basically recognition, success and accomplishments too. And obviously from there, Mars is aspecting your 1st house, putting a lot of energy into you. And also Rahu is there as well, which Rahu is like first house ruler as well. So time to really put energy into yourself, your needs, your wants, etc. You'll be very self-motivated during this period. And also from there, Mars is also aspecting your fourth house, which is basically means that, you know, you put energy into your home as well. But your focus will be, because you have 2 planets in the 10th house, although you're not going to really forget about your home life, etc., but most of your energy is going into your work, working hard and actually getting recognition for it. And then also your 5th house is being aspected as well. So, you know, there will be time to have fun, more creativity. You could also, if you work with computers, etc., you could also have all these wonderful creative ideas put into your work, and makes the job much more enjoyable as a result. And obviously for you guys, you have Jupiter, which is your 2nd and 11th house ruler planet, that brings on like money. It's in the 6th house, which is obviously we say that it spoils the Raja Yogas, but it's also exalted, but it just means that you are actually working really hard for the money that you are earning. But it's also obviously blessing your 10th house, so working hard, but really actually quite a lot of enjoyment goes with that. For Pisces ascendant, this is occurring in your 9th house. 9th house ruler in the 9th house. It's also your 2nd house ruler, so it's a really important planet for you. It's there with your obviously 7th and 4th house ruler. So it's really beautiful Raj Yogas happening for you there. And it's like family and studying, education, publishing, your parents, spending time with them, your family, your spouse, etc. It's really family time, and that, you know, that because you put energy into that, into your belief systems, into your religious endeavors, etc., you're really getting a lot from it too. And as a result, you know, some of you could also be getting married during this time, acquiring a home, family home, getting married. It's aspecting your 12th house, so it allows you to just complete things that are no longer serve you with love. And also it's aspecting your 3rd house, putting effort, you know, like studying becomes easier during this time, but it also means that you put in some energy into actually your siblings, friends, etc., to some your interests. And also your 4th house, so your family and your home too. Nice one for you guys. And for you, obviously Jupiter is your 1st and 10th house ruler, is you know, aspecting the 9th house. So this is a really nice multiple amount of things going on for you, which are all very, very beautiful. Lots of Raja and Dana yogas going on for you of success. Enjoy it. For Aries ascendant, this is happening for you in your 8th house, and this has got 6th and 8th house rulers in there. So obviously Mars is in a good situation, but it's all about changes, embracing the heart, you know, the changes, knowing that also you are going to be working hard during this time, but those changes will bring really nice situations for you, nice opportunities to be had. So don't be afraid of changes in that sense. So go with it. And yeah, so there's because this creates Vipat Raja Yoga. So through hard work, putting effort into things, and really being meticulous and hardworking, you really will achieve quite a lot of good things. And these good things will actually impact what would be your 11th house of elder sibling, your connection with them, your networks and groups that you're with. But just you could do your studying, so you could actually be working really hard, but really achieving great accolades and certification for the work that you're putting in. It's aspecting Taurus, which is your 2nd house of money. So this could also mean that you work really, really hard, but you will get the money that you well and truly deserve for this. And also it's creating changes as well within your friendship group. So maybe actually you might even want to like really change your hobbies or things like that as well. You might be much more willing to change the groups, and maybe, you know, if things do not serve you any longer, you know, new friends would come along for you, definitely. And also Jupiter for you is your ninth lord aspect in that as well. So whatever goes on, you will have the blessings of, you work hard, but Jupiter will look after you. It will bless you, create opportunities and luck for you during this time. It's a very, you know, because Jupiter is in your fourth house of just loving life, being happy, being satisfied, and gratitude too. Okay, let's go to the next ascendant, which is Taurus. For you guys, Taurus, this is occurring for you in your seventh house. So we know that fifth and seventh house rulers are together there, create beautiful Raj Yoga for you. So amongst your friend, there could be a potential love partner for you. It could also be that you could meet them through your siblings, through, you know, like you could just, like, you go out with some friends and you could, you know, just before you know it, you met somebody lovely and you start chatting and you have a lot to chat about. You just like somebody that you can connect and be really, you just like the way they talk, and very somebody who can actually express themselves well. If you're already with somebody, you just find that it's going to be easier for you guys to just like chat as well. So remember that Mars is obviously is a little bit like the planet that wants to attack, in a sense, because Mercury and Mars are not friendly towards each other. But use it as a really good opportunity to actually bring together second and fifth house ruler with the seventh house ruler aspect in the first, because the total thing creates such beautiful yogas. You get two Raj yogas and done yoga, so you really make the most of it. And for you guys also, what happens is Jupiter is your 11th house ruler. It is actually, because it's exalting your third house of communications and connection with others, groups, etc., and your hobbies. So that will just create, you get like inspired speech. So when you want to talk to somebody that, you know, maybe you're attracted to, or your partner, you want to sort an issue out, you will just get inspired speech. Actually ask for it, and, you know, Jupiter will deliver that for you. But yeah, beautiful. So 11th house ruler is also aspecting the second house ruler, Mercury. So really, really nice. And you could also come to some sort of unexpected luck as well, which is not to be sneezed at. And let's go to, oh, actually, let's just say also for you guys, don't forget that it's aspecting what would be for you your 10th house. So that's a really good aspect when Mars aspects the 10th house. So you could also put energy into your work. Your career could definitely take off during this time. It's also aspecting yourself. So Mars will allow you that, you know, you want to put more effort into yourself and spend money on yourself, with Mercury being the second house ruler. So you just like, you know, you want to do things that are just really good, going out, eating lovely food, and enjoying being romantic and a bit flirty. Okay, so Gemini ascendants. For you guys, this is occurring in your sixth house. So sixth house ruler in the sixth house with first and fourth house rulers. So, you know, you are really taking note that you want to be like much more, have a really good routine, manage yourself well. You want to get into health and healing and all those things that you really wanted to do. Like, for example, somebody wants to run, somebody wants to start swimming, somebody who wants to start, I don't know, climbing, etc. Really good time. There's so much energy being put in there, and it goes on for quite a long time too, till 7th of December. So really nice time. You know, Mars in the sixth house can get rid of any health issue because it's focused, you know, and Mercury can bring the information that you need. So you really are looking after yourself and dealing with all kinds of things that if there's been like discourse, you can get rid of it. Any litigations, you can like literally have the logic and information to sort it out. If you work, you know, you want to do things to do, you know, some of you could become self-employed, doing something of service like teaching, or something like that, you know, homeschooling, all that kind of stuff. House renovations could be another thing. Also mechanics, really good time for them, you know, because fourth house ruler is there with the sixth house, so really good. Looking after your mom. Also, you could also encourage your mom to take on some new activity, you know, like Tai Chi or something, so they can also do the same, look after the healing too. From there, Mars is aspecting what would be your ninth house, which is just wonderful. So really, you know, it helps you with education, achieving your accolades in terms of like finishing whatever training that you're doing, your belief systems. You could, you know, really kind of be much more what do you call it, put much more energy and valor into it. And also your dad, spending time with your dad and mum, so obviously family time too. And from there, obviously Mars is aspecting what would be your 12th house as well as your first house. So it's all about closing chapters, letting go, creativity and imagination kicking in during this time. It might just give you a little bit of sleepless nights and everything, so it's not a bad idea to get into a nice routine to go in, you know, to go to bed, so you're actually like winding down before sleep sets in. And also like becoming self-motivated, changes that you'd like to experience, it's a good time to do those too. Okay, Okay, so for Cancer ascendants, this is occurring in your fifth house, so third, 12th, and your Yoga Karaka planet Mars, which rules for your fifth and 10th house. So lots of brilliant things happening, a really creative time at work. Really enjoying connecting with other people. So it could be that you're having more outings with your colleagues at work, getting more recognition as well. Jupiter is obviously your sixth house ruler aspect in that fifth house, so it's really good for people who are in service to others. So whether they are pediatricians, teachers, homeschoolers, etc., really nice time. We could be a little bit too trying to manage our children, but you know, Jupiter is in the first house. Jupiter in the first house has got focus and has got more grace, if you like, and it's also exalted there. So you're working hard and achieving great things, and but really creative. You know, do step out and learn new things, whether it's like, I don't know, whether it's dancing or singing or a musical instrument, because you will be able to really, with Jupiter actually really making you focus on all the detail, you'll be able to master anything really. And obviously from there, excuse me, I might just cough again. Mars is aspecting what would be your eighth house, so you're going to be okay with changes, with letting go, etc. Emotionally work on any wounds that you need to work through during this period. It's also aspecting Taurus and Gemini. So Taurus for you is your 11th house of other networks, groups, elder siblings, etc. So that becomes easy as well. So, and also letting go will be much easier with Mars just aspecting what would be your 12th house, and also being with your 12th house ruler too. So very good for learning languages during this time as well. Next ascendant. So for Leo ascendant, this is occurring in their fourth house. So Mars in the fourth house, it's not the strongest position because it doesn't like being, you know, it's like a soldier being in the kitchen. But having said that, its own sign, and it's also there with the second and 11th house ruler. Obviously, Mars for you rules your ninth house as well. So it's a Yoga Karaka planet, very, very strong planet being there. So it's very good time for money, making money, and you know, whatever you've invested in your home, etc., it'll just give you lots of goodies really. And family time, lots of energy into your home environment, and maybe gaining a new home. And so from there also you get in Jupiter's aspect. Jupiter is for you 5th and 8th house ruler. So it could be some changes which are going to be really making you feel good about life. And so also for you, what happens is Mars is aspecting your seventh house of relationships. So put more energy and effort into your partner or into meeting somebody, other people really. And also aspecting what would be your 10th house of work, career, and how people see you at work. So that's a really nice one, because obviously Mars is exalted, well, it gets directional strength in the 10th house, so that's a lovely one. And 11th house is also, sorry, not 11th house here is being aspected to, which is like Gemini. So, you know, you're going to be much more wanting to put energy into your groups, family or elder sibling, or any sort of certification that you wanted to do. So you put effort into that and achieve it too. Excuse me. Okay, so now for what would be Virgo ascendant. For Virgo ascendant, this is occurring in your third house. This is your third house and also your eighth house ruler, Mars, with your first and 10th house ruler. So it could be that you guys, there's some changes behind the scene to your job. You're working, maybe doing more research, some secondments and things like that. But it is also very, very creative time, because Mercury is the planet of creativity, ideas, information. Whatever you kind of research, because obviously Scorpio is a sign of research, you get the information and you're able to practically and logically, which is like Mercury and Mars together. But yeah, so you could actually be doing wonderful things with your friends, doing unusual stuff, you know, like for example, some people, you know, like travel, like for Christmas, you know, they go to places where they have like maybe Lapland or maybe Strasbourg, somewhere like that, where they have like Christmas markets, you know, just doing really fun things with your friends, siblings, etc. And also because this also brings in things to do with work. It could be that you and your work colleagues are maybe doing traveling or organizing nice events with each other, but definitely there are lots of creativity coming into your work. And also what it makes you also feel very, very creative too during this time, where you really want to connect with people, and it just energetically fills you really. During this time, Mars is also aspecting your sixth house, so deals with any form of sickness or health and healing or anything, managing yourself, etc. really well. Also aspects Taurus, which for you guys is your ninth house. So that also, you know, like your belief system, your parents, your dad, traveling, anything to do with that is also getting more energized. And also your 10th house is aspected too by Mars, which is fantastic as well. So Mars aspect in 10th house is really, really great. So it just means that, you know, you really are achieving what you want, you know, creatively, and you also like, you know, much more focused, you know, because your 10th house is Gemini, so you guys are, you know, quite talented in you know, bringing things about. You know, a lot of computer engineers, things like that, have this could have Mars in Gemini or Mars in the 10th house. So it's a great placement. Also Jupiter is aspecting it as well. Jupiter for you is your 4th and 7th house ruler, aspecting Mars, aspecting Scorpio actually. So again, that means that excuse me, sorry, I'm just having a bit of a coughing moment, but that is quite a nice one, in that your Jupiter is your 4th house. So you just like whatever you're doing, you know, you're really enjoying it, and you know, Jupiter is blessing that house. So you're going to be really busy, because 3rd house always means busy, doing lots of things and really enjoying it. Okay, next ascendant. Okay, Libra ascendants, for you guys, this is happening in your 2nd house of family, your what you eat, your savings, etc., your beliefs, your values, if you like. And so you have also in there, you have your 12th house and your 9th house ruler there as well. So Mars for you rules 2nd house as well as 7th house. So basically, lots of energy is going into your family, maybe get married, your partner is going on, and obviously because Mercury is there, Mercury and Mars are creating a Raja and a Dana yoga together, which is beautiful. And and also for you guys, because obviously you have a debilitated sun on the ascendant, and Venus is also in debility sign, although it's in the 12th house and likes being. So you might find that you will feel this, the benefits of this towards the end of this transit. And also don't forget that the transit goes on till 7th of December, so there's lots to be unpicked during this time. But generally speaking, this is and you guys are quite good at actually spending, saving money. But during this time, you will be actually spending money, but actually enjoying it too. So from there, Mars is also aspecting what would be your 6th house. So, sorry, 5th house, which is, so 2nd house rulers aspect on the 5th house. That's beautiful. And so that just means that a really nice Dana yoga of family, having children or doing things with your children and really enjoying it, maybe having bank accounts for them, putting something aside. It's also aspecting what would be for you guys your 8th house. So any changes going on, you are literally on it and get on with it, and you're happy to, because Mars will put things into action, even though your 8th house is it's a fixed sign, so you don't really like changes, but Mars will help you achieve that during this time. And also aspecting your 9th house too, which is great. So it just means that basically you just literally, if you go with the flow of things, Mars will help you achieve things like so it's the house of opportunities, luck and happiness, 9th house. So you go with it and things will just like manifest for you nicely. From Cancer, which is your 10th house, so you actually have your 3rd and 6th house ruler in the 10th house exalted there. So you're working very, very hard, but you are reaping the benefits of that because of Jupiter being exalted and also aspecting that house too. So yeah, guys, you guys are really working hard, and but I find that by the time Mars, Mercury goes backwards retrograde, you're just going to find that all those things that you really worked hard for, they are actually going to manifest for you nicely. So a nice one for your Libra ascendants, but I just feel as though it's going to be easier for you towards the end end of this transit, just because of Sun and Venus situation there. Okay, and then for Scorpio ascendants, for you guys, is your 1st and 6th house ruler is in the 1st house with Mercury. So Mercury has directional strength there, and also Mercury for you rules what would be your 8th and 11th house ruler. Is so changes, gains, etc. But also Mars rules 1st and 6th house. So remember that you're going to put a lot of energy into yourself and into your groups, networks. You're also going to kind of, although like obviously Scorpio is a sign that's very fixed, but what happens is actually if your 8th house is Gemini, so it's like a dual sign, so it's actually, you're not too bad. You can go with the flow of things when it comes to changes, but you definitely are being told that there are going to be changes in your groups, maybe changes to yourself, in your work, etc. It also means that you're working very hard, so make sure you look after yourself. But just and you also put in lots of energy into what would be your 4th house of family and your home, and also you know, it's also aspecting the 7th house, so your relationship, your partner as well, and also changes. So there could be some changes that are going on. So if there are things, discord or anything like that going on with your partner, you might want to just like really use the Mercury in this case, because also it's your 9th house ruler. So it's a planet of wisdom. And really communicate well during this time, because Mercury in the 1st house has directional strength. It's very focused. It's also a very practical planet. So it will be able to just like, sorry, I think I said 9th house ruler. It's actually 8th and 11th house ruler. So, you know, just be open-minded about changes, about like using good communications to just like deal with any discord that might be going on, whether it's with your friends, with your partner, or anybody else, or your mom, family, etc. Just really use that beneficial thing that's going on with Mercury to get things right. And also for you guys, Jupiter is obviously blessing your 1st house. Jupiter being a really good planet for Scorpio. It rules your 2nd and 5th house. It's also just like giving you grace and luck, opportunities, etc., to achieve what you want to achieve during this time. You might become quite sporty during this time as well. So I wouldn't put that past, you know, so if you want to do like a lot of sort of activities, physical activities, very good time to do that. And lastly, we have Sagittarius ascendant. For you guys, this is occurring in your 12th house. So Mars for you is your 5th and 12th house ruler in the 12th house. So Mars is helping you to end chapters, to close doors that are just like you've just kept them open unnecessarily, letting go of what doesn't serve you, relationships, friendships, etc. And also creativity and imagination kicks in during this time. Sleep can be a little bit difficult during this time, so might be a little bit of yoga or stretches could be good for you before you go to bed. From there, obviously what's happening is excuse me, Mars is aspecting your 3rd house, so putting effort into all the things that are really important to you, and really having grace when you communicate with other people rather than doing it quickly, which Mars can be a little bit quick and hasty, and Rahu is there as well. So just make sure that you read your messages before you send them, etc., that they just have the right tone. And then obviously from there is also aspecting Taurus, which is for you guys your 6th house. So really working hard, and you know, it could be that if you're working behind scenes, like in a hospital or something like that situation, you are literally working hard, but also make sure you get the rest that you need. And also from there is also aspecting what would be your 7th house. So, you know, like don't get yourself so tired that it creates friction between you and your partner or people at work. But you know, but if you do need to say something to anyone, say it with love and grace. Excuse me. So as I said, you know, this is also really nice because Jupiter is also gracing Scorpio by aspects. So it's bringing 1st, 4th house ruler, aspecting what would be your 5th house ruler. So it's a really, actually, although, you know, if you just were to really work with it, it's going to be really nice time to end things, chat through things with your partner, with, you know, with your siblings and colleagues. You're working hard, but make sure you just like really get the rest that you require. And actually, obviously, what this creates also, it is money too, because 5th house ruler is being aspected by 1st house ruler, and also Raja Yoga too, which is 4th and 5th house ruler, having an impact on each other too. Enjoy this, and stop share. Thank you for watching. Look after yourself and see you soon. Thank you.